All right, guys, this is going to be a review for your parallel perpendicular test. We've been talking about this for, a good week, right? It's been in your calendar. You haven't been really surprised by it. So what I decided to do was make a review specifically with what's going to be on the test. Now, yesterday, what I did was I went through your test, okay? Problem by problem. I went through the test, every single question, and made a review specifically for this test. Is everybody with me on this, okay? Now, I know I told you guys to open your Chromebooks to kind of follow along. Please do me a favor. This is very, very important. Do not get distracted by whatever's on your Chromebook. You've got to follow along with this because I'm about to tell you exactly what to expect on this test, okay? And I mean exactly. I showed it to another teacher yesterday, and she said it looks just like what's going to be on there. All I did was I changed some of the numbers, okay? So not only am I going to do a video about it, I'm also going to allow you guys to have that worksheet, okay? So you can really kind of study and be ready for this test on Thursday. Fair? Please, please, please take it serious, okay? So here we go, the first one. Slope of a line. Basically, what the questions are going to be, tell me whether it's parallel, perpendicular, or what? Neither, okay? First of all, let's discuss, what does parallel mean? You can write this just anywhere. You can put these on you put this on your paper, by the way. Parallel is same, okay? So if it's the same slope, they're going to be parallel. Now, we're just talking about slopes. Literally on your test, all it's going to do is it's just going to give you slopes, okay? You just need to know if it's parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, what is perpendicular? Opposite what? Opposite reciprocals. In other words, what does opposite mean? That means your signs change from positive to negative or vice versa. The signs are opposite, and what is a reciprocal? A what? Yeah, it's just a fraction that did what? A flipped fraction. Flipped fraction, okay? Okay, that's what a reciprocal is. Okay, so let's talk about the first one. You got 7 and negative 7. Is that parallel? Is it parallel, yes or no? No, it is not. Is it perpendicular? No, it is not. Now, they are opposites, but what are they not? It's not a fraction. They didn't flip it, okay? So what would this one be? This one's neither, okay? Neither or neither. However you want to say it. Neither? Neither? I don't know. All right, 7 and... Why'd they give me the same one twice? I guess so. Okay, that's fine. 7 and negative 7, we already know. Let's go down here. 7 and 12. Parallel, perpendicular, or what? This one's parallel. Okay, parallel. I guess I could have proofread this before I looked at it. Okay, that's fine. 5, 6, and negative 6 over 5. What is that? This one's perpendicular. Okay, this one's perpendicular. Okay, let's change this one. Let's make that one, you know what, we don't really need to. Does everybody understand parallel, perpendicular? Same slope. Okay, does anybody not understand? We're good? Okay, just make sure you understand parallel, perpendicular, okay? All right, moving on. Let's go to this. Number 2. Again, the problems are going to be like in different orders, by the way, when you take your test. So like number 2 right now might not be number 2 on your test. Okay, just understand that we're going to go through all of the problems, okay? So here we go. The equation in slope-intercept form of a line parallel through 1/3 x, and it passes through the point 6,5 is 1/3 x plus 3. True or false? Okay, so I'm giving you a 50-50 question, a true or false question. So what you have to do is you've still got to do the parallel perpendicular, right? So let's start with this. We've got 1/3 x, y equals 1/3 x minus 8, correct? And what does it pass through? 6 what? 6,5. It did not pass through 6,7. Okay, didn't. I know. I actually thought about doing that just for the review, but decided not to. All right. What does parallel mean, guys? Same slope. So I'm going to take this slope, and that's the one that I'm going to use, correct? That's the one I'm using. So I've got 1/3 x, or 1/3 is my slope, and here's my point, 6,5. So what do I do now? What do I have? I have a point and a, so what do I use? Point slope form. So I'm going to use point slope form. So y, what? Hold on. Y minus what? Y minus 5. 1 over 3 x minus, and then we put 6 there. Is everybody good? Okay. Now, obviously, I did the stuff that I inserted, I put in red, yes? Everybody with me? Just so that you could see it. Okay, point slope form. All right, so we're going to distribute. What's 1/3 times x? 1/3 x, which is fine. Does the slope ever change? No, the slope never changes. Okay. And then what is 1/3 times 6? -2, correct? Now, -5 becomes a what? +5. So y equals 1/3 x. What's -2 plus 5? +3. Is it 1/3 x plus 3? Yes, it is. True. This one would be true, which is pretty incredible, actually, because I completely made this problem up. Okay. Like for the review, I just kind of randomly changed the numbers. I'm kind of surprised it worked. So, yay me. Okay, good. All right, we're good? All right. Does everybody understand point slope form? Okay, you've got to know how to use this. Okay. Again, we're doing a video on this, so if you guys want to go back and study this, again, I would highly, highly recommend this, like over the next couple days. Yes? Okay. All right, let's go to the third one. 6, 7. Okay. All right. I'm in one of those weird moods today. All right. What is the line perpendicular to y equals 2x minus 1 and goes through the point -6, 4? Again, what are we going to have to use? What are we going to have to use again? Point slope form. So we've got to use the original equation, y equals 2x minus 1, right? Now, what's the key word on this? Perpendicular. So what am I going to do? Take my slope and do what? Opposite reciprocal. So if I flip it and change the sign, what is my new slope going to be, guys? -1/2. There's the slope I'm going to use. There's my new slope. Okay, so now I have a point and a slope, yes? So I've got -6, +4. So now I can do what I was doing before. Y. What's my y, guys? -4. Here's my 4. There's my y, yes? Equals, what's my new slope? -1/2. Parentheses, x. Here's my x. +6. There we go. Because the sign is going to change, so my negative is now going to be a positive. Okay. We distribute. -1/2 x, yes? What is 1/2 times 6 again? -3. And now y minus 4, so I'm going to move this over. So now I'm just going to add 4, correct? +4. Y equals -1/2 x plus 1. Everybody get? You guys realize that we've used point slope form quite a bit now? We should have a pretty good understanding of this, yes? We've been doing this, what, for 2 weeks now? 2 weeks. We should have a pretty good understanding. Okay? Good? Do I need to go back over it? Okay, going on. Good, good, good. Does the multicolor thing help? Yes? You like that? All right, cool. Moving on. True or false? They're parallel. Okay, so if I'm asking you if they're parallel, what am I looking at? The what? The slopes. So where would I find the slope after both of these? After the equal sign. So what's the slope of this one? 3 and 3, which means are they parallel? Yes, they're parallel. Okay, they're 3 and 3, so we're good. If I was to graph that equation. Now, you're not going to have, listen, it's not going to ask you about the one that we had on the worksheets around the room where it was like coincident. You know what I'm talking about? Where it just happened to be the same equation. If I were to work these out, that would be -21 and it would add 7. It's not the same equation. Okay, it's not going to be the same equations. Makes sense? I'm not trying to trick you up. I'm not going to try to trick you. We're going specifically off of the slopes. Okay, 100%. Just make sure that you're paying attention to slopes. Okay. All right, here we go. Going on. A line passes through the points 2, 6, and -3, 7. Find the slope of the line that's parallel to it. So if I have 2 points, what is the only thing I can do? What? Stack and subtract. That's all I can do. So I'm going to take my 2 points and I'm going to stack them and what? Subtract them. So when you do this, please do me a favor. Keep your points in parentheses. This is where people make mistakes, okay? When you're doing this, please try to keep your points in the parentheses, because what it does is that when you stack these and you subtract them, we got -3, 7, right? Whoop, that's not a -3. -3, +7, correct? When I stack them and subtract them, I want that negative to be on the outside of the parentheses so that you guys can see it, right? Make sense? Keep them in the parentheses. So I've got, what is 6 minus 7? No, 6 minus 7. It's -1. Or who was laughing? Did I say something? What did I say? -1. That was completely inadvertent, by the way. 6, okay. All right, what is 2 minus -3? +5. Now we want the line. We want the slope that's parallel to it. So do I do anything with it? What does parallel mean? Same slope. So don't do anything with it. That's my answer. Everybody good? What if it said perpendicular? What would it be? It'd be +5/1 or just 5. Okay, everybody good? So this is just, if it says parallel, they're just trying to mess with your brain a little bit. They're just trying to mess with your brain. Parallel just simply means that we're just trying to, I'm still stuck on the 6, 7 thing. I'm not going to lie. Okay. If they say parallel, they're just trying to mess with you and trying to give you words to make it more confusing. Okay. We're not going to, I'm just telling you, don't be confused by it. Okay. Find the slope, and then if it tells you perpendicular, flip it over, change the sign. Don't overthink it. Okay. All right. Moving up. Really hoping I don't do that again. Maybe this one will have a 4-1. All right, here we go. An equation of a line that is perpendicular to the line given on the graph and goes through the point 3, -2. I'm telling you right now, you have one on the test that looks just like this. Okay? Looks just like this. So we've got write an equation of a line that's perpendicular. What point does it go through? What point does it go through, guys? Okay. It goes through 3, -2. So 3, -2. If you notice, I'm just going to put a little dot here. Yes? Now, what is perpendicular? Hold on. So if this, if this is my line, this is the line I have right now, yes? What is perpendicular to this? Show me with your arms. Nope, that's parallel. What's perpendicular? This. It's the exact opposite, right? So if this is my line, check this out. Just for practice purposes, I'm going to do this. Just because, right? Everybody with me? Perpendicular. It is perpendicular to the line, and it goes through that point. Is everybody with me so far? Please pay attention to this. I'm going to make this very, very simple for you, okay? What axis does it go through? What axis does that go through? That goes through the y-axis. What number did it cross the y-axis at? There's my answer. Remember, y equals is flat. If there is no x, there is no slope. You remember that? This is y equals, this is, no, if this is y equals, what is this one? X equals, because where does this one cross? The x-axis at 2. Okay, that one crosses x-axis at 2. All right, perpendicular. So it's going to be opposite, okay? If you need to, go back and watch this, but I'm going to give you guys a couple of quick words, okay? Remember, you guys remember the words hoy and vux, H-O-Y, and V-U-X? We went through it very, very, very quickly, but I'm going to, just so you can go back and look, okay? Horizontal, the H is horizontal. The horse is ontal. Okay. Yes? I told you about that one. The girl in class said that's how she remembered. I always remember the horse is ontal, so I imagine petting a horse. The horse is ontal. Okay. The horizontal. The 0 means there's 0 slope, so 0 slope. In other words, it's flat. And it's going to be y equals a number. Y equals. If it's y equals, it's flat. Okay? So vux, what's the opposite of horizontal? Vertical. Okay? If somebody asks you for your vertical jump, you're not going to jump sideways. You're going to go straight up and down. Yes? Vertical jump. And what's your vertical? Up. Okay? If this one's zero slope, what do you think U is? Undefined. Undefined. And this is Y equals a number. What do you think this one is? X equals a number. Okay? Just so that you know. What are the two words? Hoi and Vux. What are the words? Hoi and Vux. Try to remember those, okay? Rhymes with moi. Yeah, you're welcome. Good stuff. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Can I move up? Is everybody okay? Yes. Okay, good. If it asks, hold on. What if it asks for parallel? I can see you guys playing on your computers. You might want to quit being distracted on your Chromebooks. A couple of you guys. All right, here we go. What if it asks for parallel? So if here's my line and it goes through that point, it's going to be parallel, so it goes up. Which axis did that cross? That crossed at X at what number? 3. Hey, look, my X is 3. It's amazing. What was my Y number? Oh, Y equals -2. It's amazing. Like they give you the number in the problem. Okay. Make sense? All right. Again, guys, stay focused for me. I'm going to give you a break. Okay. I'm going to give you a break. Just stay focused. Okay. Move it up. What is the equation of a line that crosses the y-axis at 8 and is parallel to the line represented by this? Please do not overthink this. Okay, this one's actually probably the easiest one on the test. Okay, what's the first thing that it says? Crosses the y-axis at what?
8.
Hold on, check this out. And it's parallel to the line represented by this, right? So what's the slope of this? 2/3. What do I change anything if it's parallel?
No.
Check this out. I'm done. Whoa, that's like math voodoo. Like, huh? Or you could do this. Or you could do the whole point slope form thing, the y minus, if it crosses at 8, it would be 0.8, yes, wouldn't it? You guys remember that? Okay, well, why do all that if you don't need to? Listen, what is this? This is a slope what? What's that? What's the other part? Intercept, right? Slope intercept form. What did it say? Crosses the y-axis at 8. Your y-intercept is what? 8. It's 8. They gave you the number. Okay? And then it says parallel to the equation. Parallel means same slope. Don't change the slope. Okay? Everybody see why that one should be pretty easy? Okay? All right. Let's go to another one. I think we're just about done. What is the equation in point slope form that contains, they're going to ask you for the answer in point slope form. Okay? Contains that point and is parallel to this equation. Okay, what's wrong with this one? What's wrong with this equation?
Y.
Well, is it in y equals? So I have to do it. We worked on this the other day, didn't we not? That's all we did on Blue Kit. Okay, so what was it? Move the x and divide by y, right? So let's move the x. So let's do it. Positive or negative 3x becomes a what when I move it? A positive 3x. So now I'm left with y equals 3x plus 15, yes? Do I need to divide by anything? No, the y is already by itself and it's positive, so I don't need to mess with it. Okay, so that's really all I had to do. So, do me a favor. I'm not going to pause the video. I'm going to give you guys a second. Put that in point slope form. You have your point and you have your slope. Go. You have your point. Here's your slope. Okay, try to put it in point slope form. What I would do is go back through your review several times on your own, because I posted it on Canvas, yes? I would go back and work them out one at a time, and make sure that you understand them. Maybe change problems on your own and go back and watch the video, see if you got it right. Because I'm giving you all the answers. Speaking of answers. Is that what you got? Yes, sir.
Is it -3 or is it positive?
Hold on, what's the slope? That's why we had to move it, okay? This is my slope. This is not my slope. That's not my slope. That is not it. You cannot determine your slope until you put it into y equals. Yes? You cannot determine your slope until you actually put it into y equals. Once you put it into y equals, now you can kind of figure it out. Fair? Okay. So do I need to go back over it? Is everybody okay? Yes? No? I'm stopping. I want to make sure. You good? You all right back here? Okay. I saw some confused faces. I want to make sure we're okay before we move on. All right. And that's it. Okay. Parallel, perpendicular. Couple quick things I would focus on. Here's what I would practice. Okay. Let me go back so I can have a white screen. Here's what I would practice. Number one, I would make sure I know the difference between parallel and perpendicular slopes. Make sure you know the difference of those. Number two, you've got to know point, slope, form. Okay, you have to know how to do that. You've got to know how to do point, slope, form. If you notice, I would say more than half of the test involved using point, slope, form. Did it not? Yes, it did. So if you don't know point, slope, form, you are going to struggle. We're probably going to practice that here in a minute, okay? Because it looks like that's probably the biggest part of the test. Number three, make sure that you can do stack and subtract. Stack and subtract, SNS. There's actually a school up north by Whitesboro. It's called SNS High School. Every time I say SNS, I used to drive by it every day. All right, SNS. And then number four, standard to y equals. Okay, standard to slope intercept form, being able to move the x and divide by y. If you can cover those four things, you're going to be just. Go ahead and open it. You're good. If you can cover those four things, you should be just fine. Okay. Go back if you need to. Watch this video more than once. Okay. And if you do watch it more than once, leave a comment below. Okay. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously, this is being posted for your benefit. Okay. So go back, watch it. Maybe get bored during advisory, or maybe tomorrow night before you guys take your test on Thursday morning, or whatever. This video is for you guys and for you to utilize, especially if you're absent. Okay. Ask questions. Okay. If you need to ask a question on there, you guys can send me emails or whatever. Okay. Any questions? Okay. Cool.